Oh, hi. So I'm sitting here in the office. Can you guys hear me okay? I was gonna hook up a microphone, but honestly, this is like spur of the moment type thing. I'm sitting here in the office. I've been sitting here for the last hour or so, and I'm putting goodie bags together, the little mini goodie bags, and now I'm doing the cards. And I'm sitting here thinking, I haven't been on the air in like 3 days. Here I am, just sitting here doing work behind the scenes that most people probably don't think that I do. So I thought, why don't I just go on and say hello? So anyway, oh, you can hear me? All right, good. So I thought, might as well just do a little hello, I'm alive, working behind the scenes. This is what we do behind the scenes when we're not live streaming. Putting trading cards into the sleeves and putting stickers and stuff. Oh, by the way, this is a new magnet. It's a new magnet. It looks like our thumbnail. You guys like it? It's a magnet. So those will be in the goodie bags. So if you're out in San Francisco this weekend, certainly stop by and say hello. Matthew, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yes, so I wanted to remind you guys that we are going to San Francisco this weekend. So tomorrow we're live at the H. And then Rudy and I drive up on Friday. We were actually going to do a Q&A in the car, which we're still planning on doing. And then we'll be live Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. both days. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Trevor just said he was at SFO. Just landed at SFO a couple hours ago and saw Yankee Tango in person. Wow, very nice. So yeah, so SFO is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Again, we'll be driving up. We'll be driving up on Friday, and then we'll be driving back on Monday. So there you go. You have any other questions? This is the spur of the moment thing. I'm here in the office, and I'm just doing, putting together goodie bags and putting trading cards in sleeves. We don't have interns. We don't have anybody else helping us. We do everything. Guitar Player 48 still on the hunt for Rudy's trading card. Well, there's plenty of them here. I got a whole stack. We just signed them the other day. Yes. I would show you more of the office, but I'll be honest with you, it's kind of a mess. Yes, I always wear AVL clothes. Always sporting AVL. I knew someone was going to ask that. Call me weird. Maybe that is a weird answer. I don't know. Kevin wears AVL clothes even on his days off. It's all I honestly have. Like, I haven't bought a shirt that doesn't say AVL on it in probably like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, I do get a good deal on all the merch. Might as well just wear it, right? How do you get a goodie bag? These goodie bags, these new small little goodie bags, by the way. I don't know if I still have it. This is the old goodie bag. See how much smaller it is? This is the old goodie bag. We still have some of those, but you probably won't be able to get one out on location. You just come up and say, hey, I watch AVL. I know who you guys are. Can I have a goodie bag and some trading cards? We'll give it to you. Let me look at the chat here so I can see what you guys are up to. No stream today. Will be tomorrow. Yes, I do have the large 747 model still. It's right over here. You can actually see the tail of it right there. I offered if someone wanted to come and take it. Not going to ship it. Had some interest in it, but I think people realize that the thing is larger than it looks. What is the best Airline Alliance, which one works for you. That's for sure. Spot LAX plans so far. I'll be honest with you. I haven't even gotten that far. I had a meeting this morning, which is kind of cool. Something will be happening in May. Can't really tell you guys what it is, but we'll be going to another airport for a live stream. One that we've never been to for live streaming before. And that's pretty cool here in California. Anyway, distracted. Sorry, I'm distracted by putting these cards in there. We've got enough trading cards. I'll be honest with you. I think they printed more than enough, so we have a lot. We still have a lot. So we'll have them for a while. Thanks for the mods for tuning in here today. Mooney's asking about Anchorage. Yeah, Anchorage is probably this summer. I gotta get through the month of May. We have a BTS shoot in the month of May. Now we have this extra live stream from another airport in May. What else is in May? Oh, and then we have another live stream outside of California in the month of May. So May is shaping up to be pretty busy. Sorry, Allison. I accidentally deleted Allison N as a mod yesterday, and I forgot to put her back in. Sorry. I'll do it as soon as I get done here. Joni, thank you for the $3 super chat. As I continue to work here, work is never done. Yeah, we will not be reprinting these trading cards. So once we run out of trading cards, that will be it. And I would say we have a lot. We still have a lot, so don't worry. We've had these for almost a year now. Yeah, it's going to be a busy May. And then I got to start thinking about June. June's going to be busy. July is going to be busy. But I can only deal with a couple of weeks at a time. You're right, Brian. This is why you set your notifications. Did I come to the office this morning thinking I was going to do this? No. I was just sitting here doing all this work, kind of lonely, and I haven't seen you guys in like 3 days. So I thought I'd check in. Seth asking about the AI cameras. I didn't set that up. I paid for it. That's all I did. So I can't tell you how the AI cameras work. I know a lot of people want to know what that is all about. I honestly can't tell you. So these trading cards, they get printed on this cardstock. They're kind of glossy, if you can see them. And then we do sign them. Here, I'll sign one right now, as you can actually watch me sign it, because a lot of people don't think that we actually sign them. We do sign them. We take one of these pens, like this. I'm left-handed. I might have to throw this one out. There we go, perfect. There we go. Then it gets put into this plastic sleeve, which we purchase extra, so you guys can keep your trading cards nice and neat. And there we go. There you go. Any other questions? Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, almost 300 of you guys. Wow. All right, let me continue on putting these in the sleeves. We plan to do any shows in Europe. Not this year. We were going to, and then when I kind of screwed up my arm, I said, I think we'll wait a year or so. I just don't, flying, my arm is not 100% yet, and I think 11, 12 hours on a plane right now, I think is probably a little too much to ask for at this point. So we decided just to stay here in the US for now. So we have a lot of stuff coming on. It's fine. Europe is, there's a lot of planning for Europe. Ray K is asking, whatever, think about coming to Manchester. Yes, we've talked about that. We've definitely talked about that. That would be part of the Europe trip, though. Suzanne43, how do we buy the merchandise? Well, the merchandise that I have right now is all free. We don't actually sell any of this. So in order to get the trading cards, you actually have to come and see us. And these goodie bags, we don't sell these either. These are free. So when you come and see us, you get 3 trading cards and the goodie bag. And that's full to the brim. So we don't waste. We spend a lot of money on this stuff, but I think it's worth it. So, oh, Joni got a polo shirt. Go, Joni. Which one did you get? Those Adidas. I will say the Adidas polo shirts that we have are probably my favorite. I don't know what kind of material it is, but it's like a thin. It's like if you sweat it. I don't know. It's interesting material. Those Adidas polo shirts. Hello, Full Metal Dragon. Good to see you at the H the other day. All right, I gotta get back to doing this. Yeah, the weather does look good this weekend. SFO, I'm looking forward to it. It should be like, might be a little chilly, but what, 60, 61, 63, partly sunny, partly cloudy. Should be nice for SFO. Let's see. What else is going on? We updated, so I've been busy behind the scenes. We updated all the social media banners and profile photos. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw that. Got that done. Let's see what else. Got the taxes done yesterday. I'm so happy that is finally done. Eddie O is asking about Europe. A lot of you guys are asking about Europe. No, we're not going to Europe this summer. We're going to be staying here in the U.S. So, no, a lot of you guys ask about EU. That is not us. This is good. I can talk to you guys and get things done at the same time. Let's see, what else can I show you? Anything interesting around here? A lot of stuff that you guys have gifted to us. The office is a mess. I haven't been down here much. I've been doing a lot of, if I'm on the computer and I have something to do, I usually do it in my apartment without having to come to the office. But of course, we pack all the equipment here. So I haven't really been down here much to the office. No, my birthday is next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Becky asking about the SUV. Am I still enjoying it? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm looking forward to driving it up to SFO. Oh, there's a bad sleeve. There's a hole in it. That one's going in the trash. Yeah, so we're driving up, looking forward to it. I just got to remind myself to reset the MPG. Apparently, the reason why I think that I'm not getting over 20 miles a gallon is because I haven't reset the counter since I bought the car. So I need to reset that as we drive up on Friday so I can see what kind of gas mileage I'm getting. Now, Rudy will be in the car with me. I'll be driving, and we were thinking of doing a Q&A that day as well. Matthew's asking, will I be doing a birthday show? Yes, and I will be doing a birthday show because I don't want to think about my birthday. I'd rather spend it with you guys. So you can remind me that I'm turning 50. I don't like that number. I don't feel 50. I know I don't look 50, and so therefore I'm just going to not. We're not going to talk about the number. It's great to celebrate a birthday. You're here for another year on Earth. Celebrate that. But the number, I don't really care about the number. Yeah. Let's see. All right, so let me stop here for a second so I can read the chat. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, you. I put a little, I'll be honest with you, I put a little makeup on. Not a lot, just a little, so I don't look so shiny. I always look shiny. Of course, I can't put makeup on the live streams because I have sunscreen on my face. You can't put makeup and sunscreen on your face. So that would be not a great look. Weekly depart. DFW is probably in October. More than likely October for DFW. 50 is the new 40. I agree. I know a lot of people my age that don't look their age. Thank you, Seth. Seth says you're amazing at branding your channel. Well, I always wanted to be a marketer. I always had that entrepreneurial spirit inside of me. So, all right, what's going on with these? Is my eyesight going bad? Can't get these in the slot. I'm doing good with these trading cards. Yeah, I should definitely come by and say hello to us in LA. This Sunday we will not be in LA. This Sunday we will not be in LA. We'll be in San Francisco. So if you're in town, I don't think these. I know it's not my eyesight. There we go. So if you're in town, we're not here. We're not here. We're going to be at SFO Saturday and Sunday. We'll be back next Sunday. Oh yeah, that balloon in Honolulu. Wasn't that something else? You know, it's speaking of Honolulu, I was watching Patrick's stream yesterday, Reverse Ops, and he went live from the Lagoon parking lot. And you know, when we were there, they were putting up that fence, and we were lucky there was only like one corner of it. But looking at his stream yesterday, well, they've really just destroyed that view. That's too bad. I mean, they've destroyed it to the point where I'm like, I don't know if it's worth going out there. You got to find another view. It really destroyed it. I don't like fences in my video. Jenny, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. The go-to spot in SFO is Bayfront Park. Oh, Brian says Cathay brings the new inaugural flight to DFW next Thursday, the A350-1000. Nice. I wonder if it'll be the one with the 1000 sticker on the back. Oh, it's my top of the hour. LAX, airport action. Right here. Oh, Jane. Jane gifting 20 Airline Videos Live memberships. Thank you so much, Jane. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Legend Jane. Thank you. Again, I was just sitting here in the office for the last hour or so, just putting a bunch of goodie bags. I mean, there's a whole pile of the goodie bags over here. And trying to get ahead on the trading cards. And I thought, might as well just do a Q&A while I'm sitting here. So thank you for the support. My gosh. Now I'll be honest with you. Sydney, Australia is not on my list. Maybe at some point, but not on that short list. Skywatch Aviation is talking about you're talking about the trailer before the live streams. That's the thing called the trailer. So what you do is you upload a video to your YouTube account, and can't be longer than 3 minutes. If it's longer than 3 minutes, it will not show up as a trailer. So you got to make sure it's less than 3 minutes. 2:59, 2 minutes 59 seconds. And then when you put your placeholder up for your live stream, in the, I don't remember what section that is. There's a section you can put a trailer in there. It's just a trailer. Look up trailer on YouTube. It could be any video. It just can't be over 3 minutes, if that makes any sense. My day has been good. I had a good, successful meeting. Something obviously for all of us here on the channel, so I'm looking forward to that. It was good. It was with a meeting with an airport that, anyway, I can't tell you what it is, but you guys will find out next month. Tender Aviation talking about Frankfurt. I've been to Frankfurt. I've been to Europe twice. Yeah, I'd like to get back there. Is it going to happen this summer? No, it's not going to happen this summer. Kevin Ramsell said, any news channels put you on a retainer yet? No. No, a lot of people wanted that Hawaiian A330 video from the other day, and no one would pay for it. So it looks like Fox News ran the story without the video. I don't know how you run the story without the video. Pay the money, make the money, right? They're making money every time you click on something. So pay a little money, support my channel, and you can make more money on your clicks, right? They don't want to. They want everything for free. Yeah, Joni was talking about Vegas. There was the thought of going to Vegas. I don't know. It's getting too hot there now. That would be like wintertime, fall time, springtime. We did go to Phoenix twice in the last month, so we did that. All right. Continue doing this. No, I don't think there is a good spot in Vegas. Trust me, we're working. I can't really say what we're doing. I can never talk about what we're doing, obviously. But we're working on something to kind of diversify our live streams a little bit. So we're working on something, so don't worry. Oh, I forgot about TAP. Yeah, that's happening in May. TAP Air Portugal. Yeah. Definitely would want to be live for that. It would kind of be a big deal. I can't remember when that is. Anybody have the date for TAP Air Portugal A330 Neo coming to LA? That's been in the works for a long time. Am I worried about what, Tender? Tender, you're certainly asking a lot of questions. Ivan becoming a silver member. Thank you so much, Ivan. Oh, Chris is out. Can I bring some JetBlue? Where are the? Oh, they're upstairs. Where are the JetBlue wings? They're not here, Chris, but Chris wants me to bring them to New York. We definitely look at New York in May next month, so I'll get back to New York. I'm still waiting for approval, so I can't really give you the dates just yet. Once we get approval, I'll let you guys know what dates we're going to be there. We also have a BTS I'm shooting in May. We've got another live location for you. May 16th is tapped. All right, I should probably write that down. May 16th. May 16th. Oh boy, that's gonna be a busy week. All right. I'll write it on this so I don't forget. Thanks you guys for tuning in here today. Almost 334 of you. I'm just sitting here doing some work. Boy, I'm really getting work done here. I should do this more often. Oops. I am multitasking. Can you imagine if I did this during the live stream? Running the camera, putting goodie bags together, putting trading cards in their slots. Brandon, yes, I did finish taxes yesterday. I hit the button at about 5 p.m. my time. It took my money, and I got a response from the feds saying we got your tax return, so now they take my money. E1 Element Boy Forces, can you share your favorite places in LA when you're not plane spotted? That's a good question. I used to love to go to the Grove and go to like the Cheesecake Factory there, go see a movie, go a little shopping, go to the farmer's market at the Grove. One of my favorite places to just hang out, have a beer or whatever. Used to love this place in Hollywood. You guys might know it. It used to be called the Cinema Dome. Behind the Cinema Dome, it was ArcLight Theater, and I used to love the ArcLight. It used to have a bar and restaurant in there. You just go have a beer before your movie. That was one of my favorite places, but that all closed down thanks to the lovely pandemic. T Manning with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. This is, when is the next show? Any live tours? Next show is tomorrow, high top the H Hotel, starting at noon, though I will be there earlier than that. KTLA is apparently coming, though I didn't hear anything from them today, so I wouldn't be surprised if they cancel. But so yeah, tomorrow. Trevor asking, what 24-hour cam do you like better? I'll be honest with you, I think my favorite is the north side cameras. All right, so I think I actually, I have one left. It's amazing how we go through stuff. I feel like it's factory in here. So another thing that I had to do, B&H, we love B&H, we order everything for B&H. I ordered this probably about a week and a half ago. And the reason why I made sure to get the order in is because B&H closes down for Passover for like almost 2 weeks. So if you don't get the order in, you're not getting it for a while. For whatever reason, FedEx took a really long time to get it delivered. So what I ordered, and we got to give a round of applause to Jane, Legend Jane. She sent me a B&H gift card for my birthday, and so I wanted to use it right away. So what is inside these boxes? I ordered 2. This is like the blood of the live stream, besides the computer. You don't have a good good microphone. These are our mics, Sennheiser. Why does that look so small? These are our headsets. They look a lot different when they come in the box, but these are the cables that come with it. These things are expensive and they break easily. So now we have two more of these, two more. So then when we have guests on the show, no more having to figure out, is the cable working or not? So we have two new nice Sennheiser headset microphones. And I was actually, I don't know why I put away, because actually this is part of the thing that I was going to do today. I was going to screw it in. Yeah. You know, when you run a YouTube channel, this is almost like a TV network. I mean, look, we have 4 cameras on top of the H Hotel that are constantly 24/7 watching the airport, grabbing every single arrival and departure. It's a lot of moving parts up there. Oh, that scared me. Thought it went to black. It's a lot of moving parts, and you know, eventually those parts are going to have to be replaced. And just like everything involved in daily operations for the live streams, things break and things have to be replaced constantly. So it's a constant flow of having to buy new stuff to replace things that just don't work anymore. I'm not getting that on. All right. I want to do this later. Do this later. Then I can't look at the chat. So anyway, so we have 2 new headsets. Thanks to Legend Jane. Thank you, Jane. All right. Anything else you guys want to see or talk about? I'm trying to think, is there anything? I could turn this camera around right now and show you the studio side. It's a mess over there. It's a mess. We have so much stuff. There's so much stuff in here. All right, I'll turn the camera for 1 second. You guys can see the studio. That's the studio. So you guys never saw that before? Those are the Southwest seats. Do you see the Delta 737? Anyway, so that's on the other side. So that's the studio that is not going to be a studio. We thought it was going to be a studio, but I think it's too small. Maybe eventually it will work out, but I don't think it's going to work. But we have stuff everywhere. Stuff everywhere. We bought those Southwest seats because it was going to be a podcast studio, and it still might, but right now it's just a storage area. You know how that happens. You guys are asking about the shoulder. I don't really like to talk about it anymore, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it is what it is. It's stuck, and I don't like to talk about it because I get emotional about it, because I think it's gonna be something I have to live with the rest of my life, and pretty much I can do everything. But I get emotional talk about it because I get angry. I get angry, and many different reasons why, so I try not to talk about it. So there you go. We'll move on. How did Rudy and I meet? We actually did a podcast about that years ago on our podcast. We met at Imperial Hill back in 2021, but it's a better story on the podcast. Oh, Michael, did you send a super chat? Sorry. Oh, yes, you did. Thank you, Michael. It says, any Asian cities on your list for plane spotting? Yeah, I'd like to get to Japan at some point. Is it on the short list? No, but certainly it's higher up on the list than some other places. So it's fine. Honestly, you guys, it's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. Life goes on. Douglas asking about, are you still going live at the Proud Bird? It's funny you say that, because it came up in my feed yesterday, and I watched a little bit of it, and actually that was a decent show. That was kind of fun on a Saturday. So maybe, yeah, I'd like to go back there eventually. I don't know. I feel like after we got done with that show, you guys were just kind of like, take it or leave it. I don't know. Did you guys like it? It was fun. All right. Not ready. I'm not ready for my birthday. Not ready. That is next Tuesday, April 22nd. I turned 50. Maybe that's a place I should be on my birthday. It's the Proud Bird. Yeah, I know. I do need to hire an intern. Anybody want to stack these cards for us? All right. Almost done here. Almost done. I was showing off a new magnet that's inside the goodie bags. None of you guys probably have this. It's a magnet. Looks like our thumbnails. So we have those. I have the boop the snoot back in the goodie bags too. The Go Long magnets. The Los Angeles Retro magnets. Of course, Nighthawk. These are really high quality stickers, by the way. We're kind of running low on the Love LAX stickers, so I don't know if I'm going to reorder those or not. I'll be honest with you, not really. We didn't really sell a lot of merch of Love LAX. I'm not quite sure. People were big on the whole Love LAX thing. And then we got the pins, plain jockey pin. So that all comes in a goodie bag. And those are all free for you guys to have if you come out and say hello. And we showed these off. These are reusable bags, so you can reuse them. The old ones, there's a little sticker. I'll just do it right here. Once this sticker came off, and we sealed that bag like that, and we gave it to you guys, you cannot, well, I can get it open now. You guys had a really hard time getting these things open. So the manufacturer came to me and said, hey, we have these smaller bags that are resealable, zippable. So I said, yeah, I'll try that. And they work a lot better, These things, I guess these things are really mailers. They're mailers. They're not really meant to give to goodie bags. So, all right. Anything else you guys want me to talk about? 366 of you. I'm just looking around. Tender Aviation, what's your goal in 50? What's my goal in 50? That is a really good question. Stay alive. Don't trip over anything. There's those old, these are not in the goodie bags, by the way, I'm just showing it. Remember Captain JC? He had these Airline Videos Live luggage tags. They were made in Bangkok. He spent like $3 a piece on those, and I think he brought like 100 of them. I still have quite a few, but I'm holding on to them. And I was talking about these Drop It Bob coasters. Look at poor Bob. You know, I have so much Bob merchandise. Look at these coasters, tons of them. Bob coasters. So if anybody wants a Bob coaster, I'm not putting them in the goodie bags anymore. But there's Bob. Coasters. I was gonna say we could bring those to the Proud Bird. They could put the drinks on them. And Bob moved to Phoenix. How dare you, Bob? Should have took your merch with you. Oh, that's Russell. You did get two of those baggage tags. Hello, Netherland Pixel. Jerry says, hi from Osaka, Japan. Surprise stream during breakfast hours here. Love it. Hope all is going well. I hope you're having a good time there, Jerry. I love Jerry. So the question I have is that were you on the C3PO 777-200 with ANA? I'm pretty sure you were, and the Yoda doll was on your seat. So is that like a tradition on that aircraft that if the Yoda doll ends up on your seat that you have to wave goodbye to everyone? That was my question to you. Gaming with Jetty Jet. Yes, you do have to book a room at the H Hotel. If you go to airlinevideos.com, there is a link right there that will take you to the H website, and you can book the room. Kevin asking, any new behind-the-scenes videos coming? Yes. I'm going to be shooting one in early May, and I think you guys are going to love it. It's with a major airline, so it's not this. Our first one, I was watching, I don't know why, the United BTS that we did 2 years, was it 2 years ago this month? That was our first. That's with United. United Airlines opened up their doors to us to have us show us behind the scenes here at LAX. That's a pretty big deal. And the one that we're shooting next month, I think, is just even a bigger deal at this point. So it's not some small little airline that you guys have never heard about. So it should be good. Looking forward to it. And we haven't been able to shoot any of those. And God, last time I shot one was Breeze back in February, a year ago February. So it's been a while. No, I'll never get confirmation on that Doomsday plane in Honolulu. Friend Steve made a good point. I don't think that they intentionally killed my internet. I think that aircraft has so much going on in terms of Wi-Fi and internet and cell. I think because there isn't enough to go around out there, as you know, cell service just is not the greatest at Lagoon Park there at the parking lot. So I think that they just took up whatever was there, and I think it just basically sucked it away from us. I don't think they intentionally jammed it. I think they just sucked any amount of internet that was sitting around there, and there wasn't much of it. So they just basically stole it away from us. I think that's what happened. I don't think that they intentionally jammed. The military base knows that we're out there every single time. So that's why I think the F-22s are putting on a few shows for us. So as much as I would love to tell that story that, the Doomsday plane jammed us, I don't think that's what happened. I think they just basically sucked the juice out of us. Shell. Yes, we'll be in SFO. We'll be at Bayfront Park. So it's the park across from the Westin Hotel, um, south of the Radisson. Is it the Radisson? No, the Marriott. South of the Marriott, closer to the Westin. It's closer to the Westin than it is the Marriott. Marriott's a little bit farther to the north. It's really close. It's across the street from the Westin. So if you can find the Westin Hotel, SFO, it's the park right across from there, which is Bayfront Park. So that's where we'll be. No, it's south of the Marriott. Is it? Oh, it is north of the Marriott. I'm sorry. I'm getting turned around. Renat, Adele, you should know that. You're from there. Sorry, north of the Marriott. You seem upset, Melanie? No. Not upset, just sitting there working, putting some goodie bags together and these trading cards. Lots of trading cards. This is just me. You guys are always asking about where we're gonna go. Are you gonna go to Alaska? Are you gonna go to Boston? Yes, they're all Alaska, Boston, New York, DC. No Chicago this year, obviously. And I think that's it for now. You know, Brandon, it's funny you bring that up because was it you that sent me that link? I thought it was someone else. Brandon's talking about a new Pan Am hotel inspired. Have you guys heard about this new Pan Am hotel? It's going to be opening up here in Los Angeles. Oh, it was you. Oh, why did I think it was? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was someone else. Sorry, Brandon. It's going to be opened up in Commerce, near a casino and an outlet mall. Not the place you expect a Pan Am inspired hotel to be up at. Yeah, so it's going to be in Commerce, which is not close to LAX, a lot closer to downtown LA. But yeah, I assume it's going to be like the TWA hotel, and instead it's going to be Pan Am. I don't know. So that's what I heard. I think they need to get it a little bit closer to LAX. That does not. Nothing wrong with Commerce. Actually, the Citadel Outlets is probably one of my favorite outlet malls in LA, which is right near there. It's Commerce is what it sounds like. It's Commerce. It's a lot of factories used to be there. In fact, the Citadel Outlets that they made into an outlet store used to be the Goodyear tire plant. Used to make Goodyear tires, and they made it into an outlet mall. So it's just that area. There's a lot of commerce there in terms of railroad tracks. There's a lot of moving products around that come in from on the ships. Oh, it was General Tire? I thought it was Goodyear. General Tire. I'm sorry, Rita. General Tire. So there's a lot of trains around there that are moving products coming off the ships near downtown, and it's just not an area I think that you're going to find a lot of app geeks going to and staying there. And I think the people that see it could care less if it's Pan Am or the Best Western at this point. It doesn't fit the demographic. So maybe they got a really good rate on the land or whatever. I have no idea. I don't think it's going to confuse anybody. I think people are just not going to really care. They're going to be like, oh, Pan Am? Wasn't that an airline? Yeah, let's stay here. All right, I'm looking at the chat. Are you guys bored? Almost been an hour. Darren, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. I could sit here and talk all day long. Just let me know if I'm too boring. Trying to think what else I can do here. I guess I can try to put one of these together. Butter Aviation, I have gone to Dulles. We did 2 live shows in Dulles 2 years ago, and it just was not that exciting. So I don't think we're going to be going to Dulles. We will be going back to National, though. I don't remember this thing coming in a plastic bag like this. It came in a box before. Why is this now coming in a plastic? Did I order the right stuff? I hope I did. Uncle Plain Guy, will I have more talk shows? Yeah. There's only so much I can do. I mean, obviously, look what I do behind the scenes. I'm constantly doing stuff behind the scenes, having meetings, ordering stuff, fixing stuff. Yesterday I was in high atop the H Hotel. We were fixing the cameras. I hope I ordered the right one. Guess we'll find out. Yes, then we have the 24-hour live stream in June. Sorry. Got the 24-hour live stream in June. Yes, absolutely. The show will start at 10 a.m. both Saturday and Sunday at SFO. So we'll probably be at the park around 9 a.m. No, Reagan is part of the summer trip, and I don't have a date for you yet. I'll let you guys know. All right, hopefully I did that right. All right. Bull T 850 with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Bull T. It says, remodel that building with the graffiti by the parking garage and put the Pan Am thing there. You know, originally that was going to turn into a hotel, and I don't know what happened. I think probably certainly the building at this point is just beyond repair. I mean, if you drive by it, you can see the graffiti on the top. The graffiti is like inside the building, all on the glass. They need to tear that whole thing down. Obviously, people got inside of it. And I think there's been a few fires in there. So people, yeah, it's a disaster. It's an eyesore. Eventually, I'm sure they'll take it down. When is the Olympics? Is what, 3 years away? Is it next year we have the soccer? So I'm sure in the next couple of years it'll be torn down. I kind of think LA likes their graffiti, honestly. I think they like it. Alex, do you have any plans to add any more 24/7 cams? Originally I think I did, and I was looking at other markets to do it, and then I realized these 4 cameras are a lot to handle, and I honestly don't think that I can handle another AI 24-hour camera at this point. It's too high maintenance, especially. Do I dare say this? Yeah, why not? It's Q&A. Remember when I went to JFK? Remember when I went to JFK in January? Remember I stayed at the TWA? It was twofold. It was to get me back on a plane, obviously, to get me out of town, but the other part of it was business. It was a business meeting, and I tried to get the AI cameras at JFK, and I had multiple meetings about it, and They said no. They said no. So it wasn't going to happen. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think we were ready for that. I mean, it's very expensive. It's very, very expensive to do all that. And as much maintenance as I see the ones in our own backyard, you know, look how many times they have to go to the H to reset or look at something or clean the cameras or do stuff like that. Can you imagine if I had to do that in New York? I think it was wishful thinking, but they said no, and you know what? It probably was a blessing in disguise. And so, will there be eventually at some point? Who knows? I mean, possibly. But for now, I think our north and our south side AI camera setup is enough. It's enough for right now. Yeah. There's only so much I can handle. And those, I call them the quadruplets. They are like little babies. They're little kids. And they constantly need attention. And it's fairly new. I mean, think about it. We've had south side since December. Was it January, early February for the north side? And it's still new. It's still new. We need to see how these things work and how long the cameras will last. And I think this is like a testing phase right now. Does that make any sense? Testing. Got to see how this all plays out. Once we learn how things go in the next 6 months to a year, I think maybe then we can start looking at maybe adding more. But for right now, it's enough. It's enough. Those 4 cameras, it's not just 4 cameras. I mean, there's a bunch of the boxes full of everything else in there that make it all work. So it's just not something I want to add on to at this point. I think when we first installed them, I was like, yes, let's get cameras there, and we'll put the cameras over there, and we'll go to this city, and we'll put those on over there. I mean, the biggest obstacle that you're going to find is you need a place to put those cameras in the first place. I mean, you can always buy the equipment, but you got to find a place that's going to commit to it. That's the hardest thing, is where are you going to put the cameras, and how is the view? So it's very limited. There's only so many places you can put those cameras, but on top of that, you got to find the partnership to put those cameras, and which is hard to do, and not everyone's going to say yes, and that's what happened in New York. But who's to say they won't come around eventually? That's the big Lufthansa 747 model behind me. I don't want to bring it over here. It's too big. Better Aviation. How much did your setup cost for live streaming? Are you talking about the AI cameras? Lots of money. Lots of money. Most of the model planes that we have here, the ones in the boxes, there's a lot in the boxes still. In fact, Jane, it's just, I mean, Jane, don't kill me, but those KLM models are right here. Jane sent the KLM Orange Pride. This is the updated model. She also sent the older one as well, and I haven't taken them out of the box. Don't kill me, Jane. Please don't kill me. But they're in the box. I don't want them to get dusty. But we have a lot of the stuff just kind of sitting here in the office. And I haven't really been down here, and we obviously haven't been doing shows down here, so I haven't taken them out to showcase them like I was doing back at the first of the year. So I gotta find time to do that. I just don't have time. The main focus is to get the shows on the air, the live shows, and that's the main focus. So that is the focus. Excuse me. Darren's asking about the cameras you use for the 24-hour live cameras. They're glorified, and I'm thinking that KTLA is probably going to show them. They're just glorified security cameras, but they really look really good. Darren, thank you for that super chat. Thank you for all the hard work that you do for AVL. My pleasure. Oh, you're asking about the live stream setup cost if we were doing the Sunday show. I don't know. I think the insurance and all that equipment is about 25,000-30,000. I don't think it's that much. A lot of that insurance covers equipment that may not be on the live show. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. How many models has Legend Jane got me? Many. I know I can count those two. The ANA turtles are over in the corner. 1, 2, 3. Chesso. Cargo Lux. I think about 10, right, Jane? They're kind of all over the place. I don't know what KTLA is going to ask tomorrow, honestly. I mean, I said Rich DeMiro is a tech guy, and he's coming to do the story. So I don't know if he's really just talking about the tech that goes into a regular live stream, or does he really want to know the tech involved in the 24-hour live stream? I'm not going to tell him because I honestly don't know. I don't know. I hired someone to put that together. I had the dream, I had the vision for it, but I didn't know if it could be possible. And I hired someone who had the knowledge to do that, and that was the person that put it together. So I honestly can't tell you how any of that works. I'm just amazed that it does. Am I boring you guys? Okay, I'm done with the trading cards. I guess I could probably put together some more goodie bags. I was watching it earlier today, and the Korean Air 747 was taking off on the north side. And for whatever reason, the camera decided to focus on a Delta 737 landing. And I don't know why it decided to do that. And there was some people in the chat that said, I like the setup, but that annoys me that missed the queen. And I was just upset. But sometimes stuff just happens, you know. All right. I like these new magnets. You guys like them? Make sure if you get one of these, put it on in your kitchen, on your appliances. This question. What is your favorite plane to fly on? The Dreamliner. Definitely the Dreamliner. I do like the A321s, A321 Neos. Definitely like that. I can't. You guys ask these questions about the AI cameras. I can't give you any answers on that. I'm sorry. Craig Russell with a $5 super chat. Thanks so much, Craig. Says, I know it's 2 months away, but what are the plans for the 24-hour live stream this year? We'll start at 11 a.m. at the AH Hotel, and hopefully we'll go Friday into Saturday. And plans are, a lot of you guys are coming out for it, and we'll be there. I'm not 100% sure, like in the last 3 years, that I'm going to be able to make it for the whole 24 hours. I might have to take some breathers this year. I just don't think my arm's going to hold up for a whole 24 hours. Certainly. You know, the thing is, it's the arm, it has to be lifted higher at the H. And if you're doing that for 24 hours straight, doesn't matter if you're good arm or bad arm, your arm's gonna hurt no matter what. And so I just don't know if I just don't see it working with me for a whole 24 hours. So I'm gonna be taking little breaks, but we'll have some fun. Yeah, Charlie will be there. A lot of our mods will be there. A lot of you guys will be there. So you'll keep me going. Should be interesting. Of course, there's a lot going on before that, so haven't really focused too much on the 24-hour live stream. You guys keep on asking me about Europe. Europe is not going to happen this year. Maybe next year, but certainly not this year. I'd like to get to Europe. Oh, you are going to be here, Craig. All right, perfect. Awesome. Uncle Playing Guy, yeah, I have... Mark, I wrote that down on that box, and I threw the box away. May 16th. May 16th, yeah. I will definitely be out there for TAP. Yeah. You gotta come up. These goodie bags are free. You just have to come up and say you watched the show and can I have a goodie bag? I'm packing all these up for San Francisco. Because I don't know how many of you guys are going to come out to San Francisco. It falls over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, so I expect probably a little bit more people showing up to say hello rather than normally during the week. So I'm trying to pack a little bit extra of these goodie bags because I never want to run out. I just put another order in for more stuff as well. Yes, Main Street Paul, there's a discount for TWA. Just enter, is it AVL TWA? TWA AVL. I think it's TWA AVL. All one word. That gets you a really good discount. Probably one of the better discounts. All these trading cards are already signed, and I was showing earlier that a lot of people think that that's printed on there like that. This is a trading card with nothing on there. I'm left-handed. That's how they come. So I guarantee you we do sign them. They do not get printed like that. They're all individually signed, in case you're wondering. Yeah, Bolti, unfortunately, we don't ship any of this stuff out, and those were kind of the ground rules that we had since the beginning. Because if I said we can ship these to you, everyone would want them, and these things cost enough money already. I can't imagine shipping them to the whole world. We wouldn't be in business anymore. So the ground rule at the very beginning was like, we don't ship them, and they're free. We don't charge for them, but you do have to come and get them. That's the only thing you have to do. Do I get hand cramps? No, not too bad. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the amount of goodie bags and trading cards we have for SFO. So if we run out this weekend, then that shows a lot of you guys came out. Kimberly with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Says, always take care of yourself first. Those whom are genuine friends and fans will be thankful that you're doing so. My husband, Matthew, is a Southpaw too. Southpaw? What does that mean? Thank you, Kimberly. Oh, Margie says self-addressed stamped envelope. No, I'm not going to do that either. And the reason is, Margie, is because if I said send me a stamp, this is a lot heavier than a stamp. And I'd be spending all my time at the post office. I would never get anything done. It's just the way it is. In a perfect world, I'd say, hey, you all can have them. Just give me your address and I'll send them to you. But I know the reality of giving things out for free, and sometimes it can come back to haunt you twofold. So I had to put those ground rules at the very beginning that we don't ship. No shipping at all. The only time we ever shipped these goodie bags is when we went to Chicago last summer and we ran out of goodie bags, and then we got your name and address, and then we sent you guys the goodie bags. It costs, I think, shipping, and I can't remember how many bags were shipped out, but shipping alone was $250 for the shipping, just to everyone there in Chicago. So you can imagine it would get really expensive really quick. Oh, southpaw is a boxing term for a left-handed fighter. Ah, nice. Renee, you were one of those, got the goodie bag sent. I will say this: if we go to a city and we run out of goodie bags, I mean, a lot of you guys came out to Grand Rapids, and that's why we ran out of goodie bags. So by the time we got to Chicago, which was the real focus of going on that trip, we had no goodie bags, and so I felt bad for everyone in Chicago. Of course, this year we will not be going to Chicago. Anyway, what else can I show you guys? Well, let's see here. This place is a mess, I will say that. Surely, yes, we have a BTS. I'm shooting in early May. I was just talking about it, yeah. Gal A. Leo, is there an airline no longer in operation that you miss? Yes, I miss Piedmont. Good old Piedmont. I like Piedmont. I like their livery. Burton Aviation. Kevin, I have a question for you. Have you had to wait at Chicago here for hours on end? You mean for a flight? I've flown to Europe twice out of Chicago, coming from Phoenix. Did I have to wait very long? I don't think so. Main Street Paul says you went to Portland Airport for a day of plane spotting. Not as good with the views, but not busy at all. You know, that's kind of the problem when you do a live stream. You kind of need an airport fairly busy so people don't get bored. Let's see if there's anything around here I can show you guys. Without getting up and showing you how messy this place is. There's a lot of stuff in the other side of the office. This, I always leave this on, even if I'm not in the office, and don't yell at me because you're probably like, Kevin, you're wasting energy. I always have the live stream on the office TV. So, yeah. Oh, that's a good question. Is it Possum Stefan says, why did you remove the free monthly super chat message for subscribers? I talked about this. It became too much. It was about almost this time last year. I think it was mid-summertime. I decided to get rid of them because it became to the point where I would look, I'm very focused. I'm very, very focused when I'm doing the live stream. I'm focused on the camera. I'm focused in on the whole technical issues that may come up. And I try to do a better job of looking at the chat. Well, there may be a lot going on at LEX, and so I haven't been able to look at the chat. And sometimes I'd look back at the chat, and the whole list of super chats that I had to get to were like 20, 30 long, and most of them were the membership thing. And if I didn't get to those in a certain amount of time, or if I didn't get to them at all, a lot of people would be upset. Rightfully so, and the mods would have to deal with it, and the mods, it became too much for the mods, became too much for me, and a lot of those free memberships were, and I think YouTube has changed it, it's gotten better, so a lot of these gifted memberships were reappearing in the same people over and over and over again every single month. And so literally it was those same membership things coming from the same people who were gifted memberships every month. YouTube has finally corrected that, thankfully. And I get the whole membership thing. It's just, it became to the point where I had to get through 25, 30 of those. And it takes me away from doing the main focus, which is shooting the airplanes and giving you guys a show. It became too much, and that's why I decided to get rid of them. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think they're ever coming back. I don't think they're ever coming back. I think that at this point the mods would kill me if I brought it back. I'll be honest with you, that's why it became too much. And for what we do, and the main focus being on the aircraft and the airport and everything else, it just took my attention away from the main focus of the show. So that's it. I know some people are upset and some people don't like that, and I get it, but I had to make the executive decision to either move with them or remove them, and I decided to remove them. So that's why. Craig, have you ever flown a DC-10 or L-1011? I've flown them both. When I first moved to Arizona, I would go back to Michigan and I would fly on American Airlines, and I would make it a point. They were flying the DC-10s out of Sky Harbor, and I would fly into DC-10 from Sky Harbor to Chicago and then fly on a Super 80, MD-80, or an F-100, Fokker 100s to Detroit. It was a long day of flying, but I made it a point to fly American so I could fly on their wide body, the DC-10s out of Phoenix to Chicago. The L-1011, I've flown in one L-1011 that was Delta from Atlanta, Georgia to Cincinnati, back when they had their Cincinnati hub, and that was probably 1997. So yeah, I've flown on more DC-10s than I did on the L-1011. And the DC-10 was both American. Chris asking, what 24 hours do you watch the most? The runway 24 or the runway 25? I'll be honest with you, the north side. I do like the north side. Some of those shots are beautiful. The cameras seem to work a little bit better on the north side. I'm not quite sure why, but if I tune in, it's mostly on the north side. I like the south side. Don't get me wrong, but if I have to tune in, it's mostly going to the north side. Nicholas, no announcement. I was just sitting here doing some work here in the office, getting some things done for the upcoming weekend, and I thought I would just do a little Q&A. Then we're going to do one on Friday as we head up to San Francisco in the car. So Rudy will be running that Q&A. But I thought, since I'm just sitting here doing nothing, I might as well check in with you guys. And here we are, what, hour and a half later? Sorry. Yeah, that was the top of the hour. You know, here's another thing. Someone had brought up that our mods had blocked you. You know, I do get a lot of emails from people saying, I can't chat in your live stream. Did someone block me? Did you block me? Did the mods block you or block me? And I said, well, what's your name? And there is a block list. There's a lots of names in there. But to be honest with you, most of the time I can't find any of your names that apparently you're blocked on our live stream. So I don't know if it's a YouTube glitch or something, but Majority of the names that are in this block list are just sex websites and uh, obviously screen names that are not appropriate. So that's the majority of the people have been blocked. So I'm starting to think that more and more that YouTube has a glitch. Somehow it's a glitch with our channel, because I do look for, if anybody emails me and say I'm blocked or whatever, I do look for you guys, but I don't see you on the block list. So I don't know what else there is to do. Can't believe there's still 382 of you guys sitting here watching. Yeah, send me an email with your screen name that you think is blocked, and I'll try to go in there and look for it. I have to go through the list like 5 different times, because there's names that I want to make sure that I'm not scrolling past anybody's name. Uncle Plain Guy, when did you last hear from Captain JC? What day was that? Thursday? Thursday when we were live for the 4-year anniversary, he texted me. Remember that? Was it a queen that went short? I think it was a plain Jane queen. I think it was within like the first. Was it even on the show, or was it? I think if it was on the show, it was like in the first like 15 minutes. Apparently he was on that aircraft, didn't realize that I was actually live that day. So he was on the plane. He wasn't flying it, but apparently the pilots that were flying it had to get on another flight, and that's why they didn't go all the way to Lima. They were wanting to get back to the terminal ASAP. Mr. Tiger Shark 77, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mr. Tiger Shark. Says, we ever bring back BTS to the BTS? Even once a week or once a month, maybe. It became a lot. For one person. So we'll see. I have an extra ed. We have the 3 of those ed units now. And so it's a possibility that BTS might work with the 3rd ed unit. Main Street Paul, have you considered partnership with other U.S. airlines for discounts of plane tickets or YouTube memberships only? No. That'd take a lot of time to try to convince airlines to work with us. Maybe in the future, time will tell. Yeah, the BTS of the BTS is kind of a sore spot in my life at this point, because I was doing that weeks leading up to me tripping and hurting my arm, and a lot of you guys were saying that, Rudy was saying, Kevin, you're working too much. The BTS on top of behind the scenes, and then the live streams, you were doing too much. And maybe, and I just yeah, it was too much, and I don't want to go down that road again. So I'm kind of, could we do it like once a month? Maybe on like a special live stream. The universe slowed me down. I'll be honest with you, Jackie, I don't know. 4 live streams back to back, Thursday through Sunday. That was 4 live streams in a row. I felt it. Certainly felt it by Sunday. I certainly felt it Monday. I was a zombie on Monday. On top of trying to do the taxes. And Tuesday, it's only Wednesday. Tuesday, yesterday, I had to go back to the H to work on the 24-hour cameras, finish the taxes, still pretty much kind of a zombie. And today, finally starting to get my energy back, so I have it back for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we have another big week ahead. But you're right, Jackie. I got to remind myself to slow it down, because I can be a workaholic. I can just get wrapped up in the moment and not slow down, and that's when you don't look where you're walking, and next thing you know, you're face planted into the ground. So you got to be very careful not to run yourself into the ground. Do not run yourself into the ground in many ways. So yes, you gotta slow it down a little bit. I don't know, Jackie. What did the universe tell me when I slammed into the ground last August? I don't know. I don't know what the universe, who knows? Was that meant to be? Who knows? Obviously, we wouldn't have 24-hour live cameras with the technology and everything if that didn't happen. So who knows? You can't question it, right? It is what it is. But you have to remind yourself to slow down. You don't want to trip, fall over, and break your left arm. That would be a no-go. Don't want to do that. Or break a leg. No. Forget that. We're not even talking about that. Put that out. Get rid of that. We're not even talking about that. Yeah. So, Jason, I'm glad you brought that up. It says, great work, great passion. However, less is more. You are 100% right on that. You are 1,000% right on that. And in fact, I was going to post something on social media and ask you guys how you felt. Is less more? I look exhausted. Apparently, I always look tired. Apparently, I have a tired look on my face constantly. That's all right. So I was going to ask, is less more? Because in terms of airport live streams, obviously we have the 24-hour live stream going, but in terms of live streams, 4 days in a row last week, I felt like a lot of people weren't watching toward the end of the week. And on Sunday, our numbers on Sunday weren't as high as they normally are. And I thought, well, it could be that you've been live since last Thursday and people have just had enough. And that might be the case. And I think there's some live streamers out there, certainly in the airport world, that think that going live every single day is a good thing. And I think there's too much of a good thing, way too much. And that's something you learn in life. And I think that's something you learn certainly in media along the way, is there is a thing called too much. And I think going live every single day for 12 hours a day, whatever it may be, you're not doing yourself a favor. You're not doing yourself a favor. And you're not doing a favor to the world of live streamers as well. So I had to get that off my chest. Less is more. Oh, since we're talking about other live streamers, there's another live streamer. I'm not going to name who it is because I honestly, I think that this person did this to try to get publicity from me, that I would actually talk about it. And I am going to talk about it, but I'm not going to mention who it was. But shame on you. Shame on you if you're watching. Shame on you for taking my holy moly, me saying holy moly, on the go around, and using that in your trailer for your live stream. How on earth do you think that's okay? And there's nothing I can do about it because it's called fair use. It's less than 15 seconds. So therefore, this person can use it. It's called fair use. They can use it. But I don't understand your thinking. Where do you think that that's okay? Where do you think that's okay to steal my voice and use it in your trailer? And this would have been different if this was something else, for something other than an airport live stream. But you basically have stolen my voice and put it into your trailer. And I think, honestly, that this person did it on purpose so that I'll talk about them. And I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not even get close to saying who this person is, because I know in the end they want me to mention who it is, so the people will go over to the channel and check it out. It ain't going to happen. But you're driving down the wrong street if you think that's okay. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could sit here and I could be real with you guys. we celebrated 4 years of doing this. Obviously, we're the first at LAX. We were the first in the U.S. There's been, I think the floodgates have opened certainly in the last 2 or 3 years, and that's great. More live streams, better, right? I always say, and I've said this from the beginning, if you have your own way of doing things and your own look, and you're not trying to ride on our back or try to copy anything that we do, more power to you. And there's plenty of them out there that have their own look, have their own brand. But, you know, let's be honest here. This goodie bag, this is a mailer. This is a mailer. Mailer. Not a real, it's a bag, but it's a mailer. There was another live streamer here in LA who found out, probably got one of my bags at one point, found out where the manufacturer is on this, and basically copied the goodie bag. It's the same bag. This is not a bag that you can find, you know, over at Staples. This is custom-made manufacturer, and somehow they were able to find where this is manufactured and copied it and put stickers and whatever. Matter of fact, probably called it a goodie bag one point. I know that's a very generic term, but that's just, I guess people are going to copy, but we're in the same business, you know. It's I would never copy any other live streamer, and what's the point in doing that? But they've gotten away with it. But anyway. Yeah. Did they use your logo on the bag? Well, I don't know. I never checked. Who knows? If there's a holy moly on the bag, then we know where that came from, right? No, I'm not. No. Here's the thing. All right, since we're talking about this, and I know a lot of people like when Kevin starts talking about this. I don't like to really talk about it on the shows because people just want to watch planes. And I'm just sitting here talking to you guys, and we can get real about the in and ups and downs of airport live streaming or YouTube or whatever it may be. Am I feeling the pressure? No, there's no pressure. I think that's probably, I think a lot of the words that are thrown out is competition, the competition. People come up to me at Imperial Hill or whatever and say, your competition, blah, blah, blah. And I say, no, there's no competition here. It's not a competition. I think certain other people have made it into a competition, and the wording that they use certainly make it sound like it's a competition. And it's not a competition for us. Rudy and I, as well as our mods, everyone connected to AVL, and I can only speak for myself. We go out there to put on the best show, and we go out there to give you guys the best show that we can in terms of what we are up against. We're not out there to outdo or out-better anybody else. If someone's better than us, then more power to them. Then they must be doing something right. But I think there's a perception. I think there's certainly a perception of, are those channels doing better than we are? And I don't know if it's 100% true. And I'm not saying that I've got nothing to back it up, but I know our numbers. I watch our numbers, and I watch numbers on many, many other live streams. And some live streams get some decent numbers. And a lot of you guys would say, wow, they're doing better than AVL. There is a way that you can, and it doesn't have to be the person with the channel. It could be a viewer of the channel can Google, you can buy views and you can buy likes, you can buy whatever you want for anybody's YouTube channel. You guys could do it to us, and I wouldn't even know. Literally, Sarah, I'm going to use you as an example, Sarah the Real Deal. Let's say Sarah the Real Deal was in Boston. She wanted to help out the channel, maybe make it look like we had a lot of people watching. Sarah could use her credit card, go on one of these websites, and put in the link for the YouTube channel, and bingo, you say, I want 1,000 people watching this for the next couple hours. I want 1,000 likes. It's going to cost you a certain amount of money. There's things like that out there. It does actually happen, and I don't know if it's happening or maybe it's not happening, but the option for that kind of stuff is out there. And so I want you guys to know that we've never used that type of stuff, we would never even think about doing anything with that. So if our numbers are lower than certain other people, then it's 100% true, and that's all I can tell you. The problem with those websites, and a lot of people ask me, well, how do they get away with it? How come YouTube doesn't shut them down? The problem is that, like I said, people that buy, and this could be any live stream or any video on YouTube. The problem is that it's not connected to the actual channel account. So it could be anybody. And so how do you, as YouTube, how do you crack down on that? You really can't. So that's how they get away with it. I'm just using it generically for everything on YouTube. So you could look at high numbers on a YouTube video. It could be YouTube put it out, good for them. It could be a really good video, or it could be someone abusing the system, and there's just no way to crack down on that, unfortunately. But all I can say for us is we don't use that. We've never used that. And if our numbers seem lower than everyone else, then so be it. We march on. PSA Steve, yes, actually, we have a trademark in progress, or registered. So actually, AVL is actually trademarked. Airline Videos Live is trademarked, even though I don't have the TM on there. I probably should. So anyway, that was Kevin getting real with you. Yeah, it's fine. I am in the belief that if you do everything true to your hearts, in the end, everything will be just fine. So that's all I can live with myself, wake up in the morning feeling good about the product that we give you guys, and it's 100% legit, and there's that. So there is no competition. We just we enjoy what we do, and we enjoy that you guys all love it, and that's what our drive is. Thank you. Is it Costco Beach number 7? Yeah, thank you, appreciate that. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that KTLA didn't reach out to me today to confirm the meeting point tomorrow. So I don't know. Maybe KTLA is going to cancel tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. That's what a lot of people in the media do. They cancel at the last minute. But that's fine. Do you ever worry about YouTube will stop pushing out our stream? I don't even think they push out our stream right now, I'll be honest with you. I think it's pretty organic. I don't think that they push. If they pushed out our stream, I think our numbers would be a little bit better. From what I hear, YouTube is kind of pushing out the smaller channels right now, not the bigger channels. So I think everything's organic in terms of our reach on YouTube at this point. It's Brian333 with a $5 super chat. Thanks so much, Brian. Says only compete with yourself to keep doing great, and you keep getting even better. You have integrity. Unfortunately, others don't. Keep rocking. Thanks, Brian. A lot of people say don't change. Who I am is what you see. I think a lot of people, certainly we've made friends. A lot of you guys coming out for the 24-hour live broadcast. We've been friends for many years. I think you guys all know that the person that's on the camera is the real person behind the scenes. I'm the real person talking to you right now. There's no sugarcoat. Actually, there was one guy at Proudberg, a fan came up and said, how come you never swear? How do you go through the live streams and not swear? And I thought, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how I do it, because if you do know me, I do swear. We all swear, right? I wouldn't say I have like the biggest potty mouth in the world, but I swear enough, and I've never even gotten close to swearing on the show, and probably the closest was the holy moly, and of course they used holy moly instead of another word. That was probably the only time I ever got close to ever swearing on the air, but I didn't. It's kind of weird, and I can't explain why I've never swore on the air. I don't know. It does make me wonder sometimes. Because Kevin, you swear when you're not on camera. You do swear. So why are you not swearing on camera? I don't know. It's really bizarre. It's bizarre. Thank you, Kenneth. Yeah, we got the 24-hour live stream in the back. What time is it? Oh, 4:30. So I've packed enough bags. I've actually run out of some stuff. I think I've put enough of these in their sleeve, and I'll work on a few other things before I leave the office and go back home. And don't think that I don't work at home, because I have a laptop computer at home as well. So always monitoring the live streams to make sure they're going well, and make sure everything else is going well. Scott Brandon Bergs, thank you so much, Scott, with the $10 super chat. Appreciate that. Scott says, I've met other streamers. You're the only one that made me feel like we've known each other for years. Always fun to chat with you when you're in LA. You're the best. Thank you so much, Scott. And I try my best to talk to you guys the best I can. I know on Sunday's show, we have a lot of people that come up to the hill, and I think there's a fine line that I have to, I feel like I have to still run the show, because I have 2,000 plus people watching the show, and if I don't move the camera and catch the departures and arrivals, you guys at home are going to be upset and thinking, where's Kevin? At the same time, people that come up to us to say hello at the hill or at the H or whatever, they're getting mad too if I don't say hello. So there's a fine line there that I have to find a way to interact with you guys in person as well as on the show. So yeah, I try my best. But Scott, thank you. Michael, back with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Michael says, never give up. We always support you till the end. Thank you, Michael. Hopefully we never see the end. Ben with the $2 super chat. Thanks so much, Ben. Says, any podcasts coming up? No, we don't have any podcasts coming up, unfortunately. We have a BTS I'm shooting in May, and that's probably the closest thing to anything outside of a live stream. I know, almost 500 people, you guys, watching this, almost 500 likes. We'll do this BTS or the Q&A again as we drive up to SFO on Friday. Friday, there'll be another BTS. I'll be driving behind the wheel. Rudy will be running the live stream. And I'm planning on putting a nice camera, sticking it to the window from inside the Toyota. So we'll have a nice wide angle so you can see both of us at the same time. I've thought about this. I really want to make this BTS or Q&A on Friday a cool looking thing. So I've got a vision in my mind of what I want Friday to look like as we're driving through some boring part of California. So
for the ones ensuring the job always gets done, and the ones wearing many hats, Grainger offers professional grade industrial supplies and full-time product availability. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger.
So you have a lot of great questions. I'm just sitting here. A lot of these questions I've already answered. Yes, there is a show tomorrow. Starts at noon, though I will more than likely maybe start early. KTLA should be there at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So if they're there on time, I was going to give myself like an hour to do with them before I actually started the main show. That's why the show starts at noon tomorrow, but don't be surprised if that show starts a little bit earlier tomorrow. Let's see. Farid is asking, what time would that Q&A be on Friday? If we left the office at like 10, 11, we have to get through the Grapevine. once we get past the grapevine, it's smooth sailing. That would be, let's say we left here at 11. I would say close to like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I would say, is probably the Q&A on Friday. And that would be Pacific time. We got to get through the grapevine because we'll lose cell service through the grapevine, which is going through the mountains over into the valley. True, Allison says it's Friday and a holiday. Yeah, but I don't see a lot of people going north for the holiday. I think it's people will be going south. Tender Aviation, you have a lot of questions here. Are there any shows that you wake up in the morning and really don't feel like streaming? How do you push through that feeling? Well, I'm normal. Yeah, of course there's days I get up and I'm like, I don't think I can do this today. I don't think I could. In fact, there was last year, April 23rd, the day after my birthday, and I promise you I did not go out and have too much to drink the night before, and that's why I was feeling bad. I just, for whatever reason, I woke up on I don't even know what day of the week it was. It was Tuesday. So Tuesday, April 23rd, the day of Holy Moly, was the day after my birthday, and I woke up that morning and I thought, I just don't feel good. I felt nauseous, and I was like, I think I'm going to cancel the show. So that was a day where I was just like, I'm just going to cancel the show, and thankfully I did not, because I would have never captured the Holy Moly day. But I always have to remind myself, if you wake up and you're just a little bit tired or nauseous or whatever, and it doesn't happen too often, it's very sporadic, just like everyone else. I know that once I get moving and grooving and I start getting out of the office and start walking around and getting involved and out there live streaming, it usually goes away. I mean, it's just that groggy feel. Michael Neal, yes, we will be coming back to East Coast a few times the next few months. And yes, Reagan National is one of those airports we will be coming back to. I don't know the date just yet, so don't quote me on that. Hold on, I gotta go back up to a super chat. Thanks you guys for the support. I do these Q&As and I just all I wish is that people actually tune in, and almost 500 of you guys sitting here watching me just doing nothing. Is it Trebor with the $20 super chat? Thank you so much, Trebor. Says, thanks for the streams. Here's for the premium membership for the TV behind you. No more questions. Kevin, why don't you have YouTube Premium? Is that what you're trying to say? That is a good question. Why don't I have YouTube Premium? I never even thought about that. Maybe I should get that. Oh well, let there be commercials, because if you have commercials, then you have support of the channel. Yes, I will definitely. I'll let you guys know about Reagan. It's kind of it's a bigger thing than just Reagan. So I don't want to talk about too much of it right now because it hasn't been fully planned. So I don't want to give you guys any dates just yet. Yeah. David K says, still waiting for that tell-all book about your adventures since starting AVL. Yeah, it's going to be quite the book. Quite the book. H Hotel. It's kind of always weird to hear your voice on the TV. Will we go back to Dulles? I don't think so. Though, since we're in the DC area, it would make sense to go back to Dulles, wouldn't it? So we'll see how it goes. Paul says that book is in my head already. Yeah. I mean, the mods would tell you. Certainly, Rudy would tell you. Allison will tell you. Charlie would tell you. In fact, a lot of viewers that know me fairly well will all tell you that, you know, it's been stressful. the last 4 years, and a lot of you guys always say, why do you pay so much attention to those other people? And I say, well, that's the business that we're in. I have to pay attention, and they have to pay attention to me, and I got to pay attention to them, because we're in the same industry, and that's what industries do. You know, if you're in a business, you got to pay attention to what everyone else is doing. Correct? I watch, but I don't copy. That's the difference. That is the difference. So a lot of people say, well, just turn it off, don't watch. Well, I don't watch as much as I used to, but like I said, I've got to pay attention at least a little bit. I have the 24-hour stream pretty much on the TV 24/7. In fact, I did it. See the bug? That's called the bug. See the bug on the TV? So we don't watch, this is the office TV. We don't watch anything but the 24-hour cameras on these TVs, unless I'm doing like a live thing right here where I turn the TV into a main graphic. That's been burned into the TV now. That bug has been burned into the TV. So if I turn that thing off, you actually see the outline of the graphic. So don't keep the 24 hours on 24/7, or you will get the burn. Yeah, you can get the burn out. It's a magnetic thing, but it's officially been burned in there. Don't burn your TV like Kevin did. Yeah. Oh, it did burn on your TV as well. You know, there's ways that it's a magnetic thing. I guess it all depends what kind of TV you have, but there is a way to get that burn out. Yeah, but yeah. Sorry. Turn it off for a little bit, go watch something else, and then you can kind of turn it back on. 24-hour live stream at the H is June 20th and 21st. June 20th and 21st is the 24-hour live broadcast with actual real people. That is June, coming in June. LSU fan 95 says, what are you looking forward to the most this summer? That's a really good question. I don't know. I'm super nervous. I'm getting super nervous about the behind the scenes video that we're shooting in early May. And I think I'm nervous because I haven't done one of those in a while. I haven't run a camera like that since destroying my arm. So I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm nervous about that, and so therefore I can't really focus too much on the summer at this point, because there's so much going on in May at this point that occupies my mind. And so I think if there's anything I'm looking forward to in summer, I hope that it's a fun summer. I hope it's full of memories, good times. But I can't get my mind off of May at this point. There's just too much going on. I know, Aaron. Aaron says, doing a BTS is like riding the bike. You know, yeah, you're right. You're right. I get very nervous. I'll be honest with you, since we're all getting honest here. I sat here, when was that? Was that in January, February? When did I do the Plain Jockeys Live, which were the live talkback shows? I'm sitting right here, and those are live talkback shows. And it may not look like I'm nervous. I'm a nervous wreck on those shows. And the reason why I'm a nervous wreck on those shows is there's a lot going on. It's me having to have a conversation with someone. All three of those conversations, Plain Jockey Live, was Jerry. He was in London. now I can't remember who. Anyway, they're not in studio, so the person's not sitting here in front of me. I have to make sure that the internet is working for everyone. They can hear me. You guys can hear that the graphics are working. That this is working, and they're talking to Josh Cahill. Yeah, so they're talking to me. I asked them a question. This is really hard, and you have to be a really good broadcaster to do this. And I wouldn't say that I'm on the level of a great broadcaster, but this is something you have to do, and a lot of people don't talk about it. I have to sit here. I have to ask that question. I have to listen to what they respond to, because if you're not listening to what they're saying, they could be throwing a question back to you and you won't even hear it, and you weren't paying attention, because you also have to pay attention to the graphics, to the chat. You have to pay attention to this. So your mind is focused and your eyes are focused, and you're really not paying too close attention to what they're saying, but you got to be ready for the next question. It's like you've got 5 plates spinning all at once, and any plate could fall and break. And you don't want that to happen, because you don't want the person you're interviewing to feel like this isn't, a professional broadcasting thing. If the internet goes bad or we lose audio or whatever, it's always in the back of my mind. So my eyes are racing all over the place. I've got a list of questions, and it's very nerve-wracking. It is very nerve-wracking. By the time I'm done with that live, it could be an hour and a half, 2 hours. The only one that actually I wasn't as nervous on was Jerry, Big Jet TV, because he talked the whole time, and therefore it was much easier for me to concentrate on other things, because I didn't have to get the next question ready, if that makes any sense. So he was easy enough. The other two, not to say they were great interviews, but I had to be on my game. I had to be ready for the next question. I had to listen to how they respond, and you have to go with that. On top of that, you also have to look at the chat at the same time. So there's a lot going on, and it makes me very nervous. And as much as I'd love to do those, it stresses me out. Those Plane Jockey live things stress me out. And the same thing with the podcasts as well. Even though those are not live, they're taped, but I still have to make sure that certain questions get asked, and that they don't go too long, and that I don't cut I don't cut someone off, as they're trying to explain something. So they're very nerve-wracking. They're very nerve-wracking. So I will certainly bring those back, but I'm much more comfortable doing the main live streams rather than those talk shows. I think I'm a good interviewer, but I'm not up there to the point where I'm comfortable enough. Yeah. Because the last thing you want is you don't want that dead air. And what I mean by dead air is that you guys talk over each other, or don't talk at all. You don't want someone coming back with an answer and then there's just no one talking. That's the last thing you want. So it's difficult. It's not easy. So Russell, can you live stream from the balcony at the Renaissance Atlanta for AI International this summer? Apparently that hotel's been sold out. Last time I talked to Renaissance, they wanted me to give them $1 million insurance policy, which I have, but I don't know. We'll see if that happens, Russell. I don't know if we're going to be out there for that or not. Yeah, Blue Dragon Who's is... You're more than just the interviewer. You were also the director and the producer and all of it at the same time. Yeah. For the Josh Cahill, do I go there? Do I go there? Do I go there? Do I go there? Yeah, we'll go there. We'll go there. Why not? This is a Q&A. We'll go there. Kevin's going to go there. Stand by. We're going there. So, how do I go there? This is how I go there. So, after my surgery, I had to find a way to fill the airtime during the week. I couldn't be out there. Now, Rudy would come out and run the camera during the weekends, but I was very concerned about how was I going to fill the time during the week. And so I had a position somewhere in a building outside of LAX to put a static camera. I had static camera, which was on the north side. You guys all saw that, right? The north side static camera. A lot of people were always asking, where was that? Where was that located? How are you putting camera gear out there without people stealing it? There was a lot of questions, if you guys remember that. There was a lot of questions, a lot of people intrigued about where was that camera set up? Where was that camera set up? It was a double-edged sword for me because I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. But at the same time, I had to do what was right for the channel, which was to put something on the air. And if I had the chance to put a static camera somewhere, even if it was in my bedroom, which it was, that static camera was my bedroom, not in the office, it was in the bedroom. And so we went with it. So we went with that static camera, which was in Kevin's bedroom. It was a pain in the butt because the second camera, I mean, we're being honest here, the second camera was shooting out of a window over my bed. So if I had to crawl in and out of bed with a bad arm, I had to basically crawl under it to get in and out of the bed. So back to the reason why I'm bringing this up is that there was a lot of people, and it had never been done before. And I think a lot of people were trying to figure out, where was this camera shooting? Where was that spot that was shooting, being able to have cameras 24/7? Where was it? And there was actually people that were going into the chat and listing off the address. And not to say they were right or wrong, but there was a lot of intrigue about where that was. And like I said, I had to do something. I didn't really want to do it because I knew it was going to cause a lot of looky-loos trying to figure out where that was. Anyway, so the day of the Josh Cahill live interview, now the office is not in the same location as my bedroom. It's not. It's a whole different part of another building. Anyway, so Josh Cahill, that interview was done here in the office. Charlie was here that day, and I went back home to put makeup on, and I was coming back to the office, and I was in the elevator of my house, and this would have been where the camera was shooting out of my bedroom. So it's not the office location, it's my bedroom location. That's the elevator that I was in. The elevator literally stops at the next floor down from me. And who gets in the elevator? Well, one of the local LAX live streamers. I'm trying to go do the Josh Cahill thing, which I had 10 minutes before I had to get on the air. I'm in the elevator now in my home with another LAX streamer. Of course, I look over to that streamer and I go, "What are you doing here?" That streamer says, "I live here." I said, "You live here?" I said, "I've lived here for quite some time. I don't remember you actually living here." And needless to say, that elevator ride was probably 2 minutes less than that. We did not get along. In fact, we were probably shouting at each other in the hallway. I could not believe that this person, what are the chances that they got an apartment in the same building as me? I don't know. I don't know what the real story is, but they were not there. The point is, they were not there before I put those cameras up. So that happened after the cameras got put up. This person moved into that building. This person also said that they were going to put up a static camera and have a shot of LAX, which never happened. So I'm even getting worked up just talking about it. You can see when my blood pressure gets up. So I get back to the office and I walk in here and Charlie's looking at me and I just look like I just saw the ghost. And I said, you're not going to believe it, but the other LAX live streamer now lives in my building. And I just could not believe it. And I don't know if they still live here. I think they do. But I was not happy by that. I don't know what their intentions were or whatever, but that was the day of the Josh Cahill live stream, and I had to go on 10 minutes later. And I had to clear up my mind because my mind was just racing out of control about what is this all about. But I had to clear it, and I guess my point of bringing this all up is that was going on 10 minutes before Josh was to go on, and I had to basically clear my mind of any anger, of any stress, or anything that was going on. I had to clear that because I had to go live 10 minutes later, and I fortunately was able to clear it out of my head, but yeah. So, yeah, you know, I don't know what the intentions are. I don't know. I'm not going to ask, but everyone has a right to do whatever they want, right? But that is what it is. So I'm sure they're watching. I guarantee they're watching right now. Yeah, well, one conversation I did have with them in the elevator, and said, you know what? I said, no, I think you moved here, and you know, this is crossing the line. And the first move that they did was actually get the same PO box that I have, the same PO box area. They first copied that, and I don't know what the intentions of that were. One time I actually got their mail instead of my mail. And I went back to the mail place and I said, listen, there's two different live streams here. Yes, I know you can get confused, but you're putting their mail in my mailbox. And I'd hate to know if they got some of my mail and didn't give it back or whatever. I don't know. So anyway. So I'm glad I got that off my chest, because I've been meaning to say that to you guys in a way that I hate to bring it up on the live streams, because people will be like, Kevin, come on, you're being dumb right now, Kevin. We just want to see the planes, you know, whatever. And maybe this is a better way of talking about it. But like I said, I was very cautious about putting a live camera up in a place, certainly about where I live. And I knew that something like that could happen. And it did happen. You know, my gut was saying, don't do it, Kevin. But at the same time, I had to do something. And so that's the price I had to pay, I guess, in the end, to keep things up and running on the channel. So anyway. Do I find it weird? Yes. I find it all really, yes. It's I don't know what the real story is. I don't know what the real intentions are. I have my thoughts, but I don't know what is going on. And I don't know. I really don't. So anyway, Kevin's getting real. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're spending a lot of money on a thing that they don't use, apparently, but that's their prerogative. I'm very cautious about how I spend the money that you guys support the channel with. I would never go buy a $30,000 Rolex watch. Not saying that this person has, but I'm just saying I would never go. I was very reluctant on buying that Land Cruiser. I would have kept the Volkswagen, but the problem is that Volkswagen just was not big enough for all the equipment, and it was becoming an issue, and I didn't want it to become a bigger issue. And so I think originally my plan was to get the least expensive like 4Runner, but then they having issues with the 4Runners. You couldn't get a 4Runner because they were having issues with the engine, and the time was running out. I needed to get something, and so that's why I ended up going to the Land Cruiser. And is it an expensive car? It's expensive. I mean, what's not expensive anymore? But could I have gotten something a little bit cheaper? Yes, I could have. But in terms of size for that thing, we needed the size to fit the equipment in there. And but I was very reluctant on buying a vehicle like that. I didn't want to, but at the same time, I do want to drive more, and I want to have the equipment with us, and I want it to fit in there correctly. I mean, I was going to buy like a shell of a white van with no seats in there at all, like the front passenger seat, and everything else would just be a van with nothing. You just load it in. And that's where my mindset was. It would have been cheaper, and people were like, well, Kevin, what if you have people in town? Or are you going to have them just like sit on the floor of the white van? And I said, well, maybe you're right. So that's why I was kind of like, all right, well, I need to get something that can fit the equipment and fit people too. So that's why we went with that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to, we have an office, we have my home, which is separate. And the reason why we needed that to be separate is because we have so much stuff. I just showed you the office. The studio is full of stuff. I can't live around this much props and equipment day in and day out. It would make you go crazy, and it was making me go crazy. And so we decided to budget for the office. But we utilize it and we use it, and it's not wasted. Nothing is ever wasted here on the channel. So I'm very cautious about what I do with the money that you guys support the channel. And of course we use it to better the channel as well. I mean, these 24-hour live cameras, that's a lot of money. Steven with the $10 super chat. Thanks so much, Steven. Says, it's all good. Keep doing what you're doing. We love it. AVL is my family. Love the videos. Thank you so much. Danny Dusseldorf, one of our great mods. Super chat says, are you still using the chair of death? Yes. I am sitting on the chair of death. I need to get rid of this thing. Yeah. So, well, an hour and a half I've been talking to you guys, getting real with you guys. Yeah, if there's anything you guys learn, especially watching today, if you haven't learned it already on any of the live streams, this is Kevin. This is me. This is me. I give it to you straight. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't hide anything from you guys. In fact, I've met a few other people. I think I'm about as real of a person as you're ever going to find in your life. It may be so real that it annoys you, but I'm about as real as they come. Yeah. So, Miguel, thank you for the pie, which reminds me I probably need to get going. So I didn't eat lunch, so I'm kind of starving. Should probably go have dinner. So, thanks you guys. So we'll do another Q&A with Rudy in the car on Friday. Look about, I'd say 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock latest on Fridays. We head up to SFO. I'll be driving. So again, Q&A, you can ask Rudy any questions that you want. I'll be driving. We'll show you the car on Friday. Again, between the hours of I'd say 1 and 3 o'clock Pacific time. And then We're in San Francisco, SFO, Bayfront Park, Saturday and Sunday, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific on both days. So if you're in town, stop on by. I've got plenty of goodie bags, got plenty of trading cards. If you can't stop by, certainly watch the show. It's a big weekend ahead. Oh gosh, you guys, look at this support. Teresa with a $50 super chat says, "You are the best." Thank you so much, Teresa. You know, I'm always thinking that, here goes Kevin saying something, getting off the rails, getting off of the subject of planes or whatever. I'm always concerned that the agency is going to call me up or send me an email and go, "What were you thinking? What were you thinking with that Q&A? Jeez, get a hold of yourself." I'm always thinking or I'm going to get an email from someone and say, "You know what, Kevin, life is tough. It is what it is. Get over it." And trust me, I get over things. Becky England with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Becky. It says, "Hi, Kevin. It is easy to have doubts, but you are running your business the right way. Please take care of yourself as much as you do the business and us followers." Thank you so much, Becky. Yeah. Linda with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Linda. Linda says, "Thank you. Thank you, Linda." All right. Me being me, that's why you guys watch. Well, also, since this is an airplane channel, you know I love aviation. You know I love planes. I've loved planes since a kid. I'm surrounded by aviation. So that's true about me. That I love what I do. I love that you guys watch it. I love that you guys tune in every time I go live. And we all have a great community all around the world. Thanks, you guys. Oh, the agency. A lot of people don't. Maybe you do realize we have an agency. The agency they came to us many years ago. They were spying on us for a long time. It's an agency in Boston. They're based in Boston. And they were spying on us for a long time, watching what we were doing. And I think they were paying attention, but they weren't ready to give us a call or anything at that point. They said, "We'll see what happens with this channel. If it reaches a certain point, then we'll reach out to them." And I think it's when we hit 500,000 subscribers is when they made the call. And it was kind of like out of the blue. And of course, I had my doubts. I was like, "Who is this? And I'm sorry, you going to do what? And how much is this going to cost me?" And I was very doubtful about this because we get a lot of emails, people offering, "Let me do the website, let me do this, let me do that." And I'm just like, "Who are you?" And of course, the agency, I was kind of like, I had my doubts of who they were. I was like, "Is this for real? Really? You reaching out to me? You want to help me?" And I was very doubtful and very skeptical of the whole thing for a long time. I had to talk to people and be like, "Is this really, they came to us?" I mean, anyway, it was probably one of the best things that have ever happened to the channel. And sorry, I'm getting emotional. When you look at certain things that pop up in life, things you don't expect. One of those things was the agency, because I didn't expect it. I didn't look for it. It came to me. And when things like that come to you in life, you have to look at it and go, like, that's on the spiritual terms of things. You know what I mean? It's like, that just didn't happen. That was meant to be, and that was amazing that did happen. It was, I think, a moment, and has been since we've been working with that agency for 3 years now. The amount of things that they have done for the channel, and really, honestly, haven't gotten much in return. But they try so hard to get sponsorships for the channel. They they work so hard for the channel, and they don't really get much out of it, but they believe in the channel. And you know, any of those BTS videos that we do, it wouldn't have happened without them. They are the ones that made every single one of those BTS videos happen, and they still continue to this day. And I'm just, when you start thinking about that, it's just, it is amazing how things just pop up in life. You know, if I always tell the kids, when, you know, as long as you're working hard and you're true at what you do, you know, things will come to you. You don't have to look out for things. Things just magically arrive at your doorstep, you know? And this is 100% proof that it does happen. Be true, work hard. You've got to work hard, and things will literally arrive on your doorstep. And that's absolutely 100% proof with this agency. And you know, I love them, and sometimes I feel bad because I don't feel like they get a lot in return, but they truly believe in what we do, and they work extremely hard to get us the opportunities and get us the exposure that we do. And it's amazing. So anyway, I don't know why I'm emotional. I don't know. Anyway, thanks you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. I won't be crying tomorrow. So I think I get emotional when you start thinking about, you know, how grateful I am about the support that this channel gets. And yeah, there's crazy things that happen behind the scenes with other live streamers, but in the end, you know, there's great things going on for this channel, and as we move forward, that's all we can do. So thanks you guys. Sorry I got emotional, and we'll see you guys on tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So thanks you guys for your support. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good rest of your night, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, thanks you guys. Bye-bye.